Hey, this is Kutski and we are coming back from Mysteryland to the airport. Amazing festival, and you are watching Toasted.
Hi, you're watching Toasted, and we're on our way to the airport from Mysteryland with the one and only Kutski.
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, yes. Amazing party. It's crazy to be up this early raving. So
yeah, you
good.
just did your set, like, woo, party on.
Yeah, I mean, what an atmosphere in there. It's incredible. I really like playing like kind of early at festivals. It's like a lot of people like to do the closing. I like to play nearer the start because everybody's fresh.
Yeah, that's
they've
true.
just got up and they're enjoying it. And there's just something, this like kind of like really cool vibe about, you know, when the night's building through. I really enjoy these sets, so it's really cool.
Oh, that's nice. And it was your first time here?
It was actually played a few years ago at the one in New York, but I've never actually played the one in Holland. So it's nice to be at the one a little bit closer to home for me. So it was incredible today.
About your name, you were telling about that.
Yeah, so I used to go by the name when I was, kind of like 12 years old. I used to go by the name like Cutmaster J, thinking I was like the next big hip hop DJ. It didn't really have the best ring to it, but this was like so far back that I was playing at a bar in my local town, and it's like, and some guy was a promoter. And he said, he was like, hey man, you're really good, I want to book you for my nightclub. So I was like, oh, amazing. And he said, oh, what's your name? I was like, Cutmaster J. And he tried to put it in his old Nokia phone, but you couldn't put that long name in the phone. So the guy shortened it to Kutski and saved it in his phone, and that was what got printed on the flyer. So it's like, I thought, well, finally after all that time I'd managed to get my name on a flyer. I thought, well, I may as well just run with what's on there. It kind of just stuck from there. So
pretty cool story.
Yeah, it's a story, but I do kind of like, there's a lot of different versions of it out there, because I got bored of telling the long version of it. So I've told people I'm a classical Polish composer and stuff. I've come up with all kinds of stories. So, but that's the true one.
Yeah, but I mean, when you came to Holland for the first time, it was a little bit weird. And how did you find out? Because people were looking weird, or did you? Yeah,
I mean, it was the first time that I found out there's an old hard trance DJ from Holland that used to play in the UK a lot called Tommy Pulse, and I saw him at a festival. He was like, hey, you're Kutski, and I was like, yeah man. He's like, hey man, you know what your name means in Dutch? And I was like, no, what? And he was like, it means the woman's. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I was like, that's unfortunate.
Okay, but you didn't feel like changing it?
Well, no, it's like, the biggest part of, I play a lot in America and in the UK and stuff as well, so it's kind of like, by the time I'd, kind of broken into Holland, it's, it was, I had to live with it then. It's like, it's like...
Well, you can live with it. I think it's, you'd think like, okay, but now
if nothing else, it catches people's attention. And when you see that on a flyer, and it's like, whoa, I want to go and see that guy. He must be crazy.
Everyone will remember you.
Yeah.
So that's a cool thing. And I also saw you share your production techniques on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I do little tutorials and stuff like now and again. I haven't done any for a little while. I need to get on the case more. But yeah, just, I mean, more simple things like, and that's like, I don't claim to be like the production expert of the scene or anything, because there's some really talented guys now scene. But, it's a lot of people just need to start somewhere. Yeah. And, and it's like you watch some tutorials and they're so detailed, every little aspect of it. And it's like, so I just thought, well, let's just do something that's a little bit more, kind of like, hey, I've never done anything before. How can I just, get my teeth into it to start? So it's like, and I do a lot with DJing as well, like, kind of little DJ tutorials, of how to use like the DJ software and stuff. Like I said, I come from a very technical background DJing, so there's a lot of people that are like, oh man, how did you do that? And it's like, well, it's it's quite a simple trick, and it's on all the equipment that you have. So a lot of people say that you shouldn't put videos up online, because then they're like, people all kind of copy what you're doing, and then it's like, well, if you're good enough, you'll always be one step ahead. And it's kind of a rising tide raises all boats. So it's good if more people out there are talented and break into the scene. So
so actually you want to help them.
Yeah, and then it's like, maybe they can teach me something. So maybe they'll get further ahead and I can copy them then. So everybody gets better.
Cool. And you did some collaborations last years and stuff. Do you feel like there is somebody you want to collaborate with really bad?
I mean, to be honest, it's like I collaborate with quite a lot of artists because I get really bored sitting in the studio in my own. It's like, some people are happy clicking buttons all day. I like that instant reaction, and that if you that camaraderie of being in the studio with somebody, and you can kind of get that excitement together with them. And it's like, 'cause I play a lot of different styles of music within my sets. Within hard dance, it's not like specifically hard style. It's like I'll play a little bit of everything. So I like to produce a little bit of everything as well. And then I find that it's kind of, rather than trying to master every style of production, it's easier if I kind of sketch down the ideas, and then I've got a lot of obviously friends in the scene, and it's like, hey, I've had this cool idea for a happy hardcore track, something crazy different, but I know Darren Styles, who's like the biggest name in that scene in the UK, so it's like, hey Darren, do you want to work on this collaboration together?
Yeah, that's amazing.
And it's a great way to kind of like, obviously catch up with friends outside the scene, work with a lot of people, and kind of, benefit from other people's expertise as well. So, I'm kind of lucky at the moment that it's like all the people that I'm collaborating with are like super talented, and they're also kind of like really good friends on the scene as well. So I've been quite lucky with that it's like, I couldn't really look at anybody on paper and say, kind of like, oh, I really want to work with that guy, because I'm lucky enough to have done that. And so I'm looking forward to one guy's one of my oldest friends in the scene, a guy called Audio Freak. He's a hardstyle producer from Australia that moved over to Holland, and we've done a lot of tracks together over the years, and we always come up with like, something crazy and different. So he's been working on an album for the last 18 months, so we've kind of gone our separate ways working on different stuff. But when that's all wrapped up, I'm looking forward to getting back in the studio with Audio Freak and coming up with another genre-breaking track.
Yeah, cool.
Break
but
the rules.
That's nice. You break the rules, and you keep the rave alive.
That's what it's about. Yeah, that's what we say. It's our cheesy slogan.
But I like it actually, because you keep remembering it. It's also like Kutski, keeping the rave alive. It's like things you remember. Yeah. And it also has events and stuff. Yeah, I mean,
it started off as just like kind of as a podcast that we did, and it's like we wanted to, the idea of it was we wanted, like, as dance music got more compartmentalized into like small little boxes. This is, I only like Italian raw style, I only like this, and we were just like, it's all just rave music, and it was supposed to be, everybody came from all different walks of life. In the early 90s, the spirit of the rave scene when it was born was like, it was, in the 80s, it's like, you had the metal scene, and there was a specific type of people. It was, kind of like white guys with big, boots and like long hair, and then other, techno had that scene, and then kind of like there was like, the kind of more dance hall scene, which was Jamaicans, and then the rave scene came along, and it was a melting pot of everybody. Probably a lot to do with drugs, but there was never any violence. But back in the day, that's how it was. That was how the rave scene was born. With kind of like this melting pot of society, all there for one music. And we wanted to keep that, the kind of that positive underground love for all styles of music. We wanted to bring that back with like, modern day things. So instead of going, oh, I only like this, it's like, hey, I really like this. This is probably my favorite thing, but I'm also open-minded to listen to everything. So we started it as a radio show, and then that radio show kind of like got a lot of momentum, and people wanted, events, and luckily my manager used to run events, so he's really experienced in that. So good. It's kind of, we've built a little team together, because there's myself, my manager Phil, and Michelle, who's like a graphic designer. So between the three of us, we can pretty much run all aspects of like running albums, record labels, and it's kind of it's a very, very cottage industry, small business, but kind of like it's amazing what we've managed to do over the last, like, I think it's only like 4 years we've been running the brand. So it's gone really well.
And it's so nice to have those people close to you.
I mean, it's like, kind of like, Phil and Michelle are both, kind of like my best friends. So it's kind of, when it's people that you can like, trust with your livelihood, then it's, that's the right people to be in business with.
And also creative-wise, you can just be yourself and be creative and do crazy things.
And the other good thing is, like, because there's three of us, if there's any disagreements, there's usually two people that disagree, and it's like, and then the third one can make the decision over who was right. So
that's actually a good thing, because I've had two, then it's like, and you have to make a decision then. Okay, and you also are a writer, a little bit of a column writing. You did?
Yeah.
You still do that, or?
Yeah, I still write the hard dance page for DJ Mag, and then I do some equipment reviews as well. Like, when the new equipment comes out, because I work with Pioneer as well, that make obviously the CDJs and mixers and stuff, and I do some product development work with them. So off the back of being quite a technical geek, it's like I do a lot of reviews for DJ Mag as well, with kind of when new stuff comes out. So
But did you study some technical things, or
no?
Just by yourself, you found out that you were really a technician actually?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, my background with DJing is, it's like, kind of a lot of people get into it because they, love music and stuff, which obviously everybody does to a certain extent. But it's like, I was always obsessed with the people, it's like, that were very technical DJs, like, how are they mixing all these tracks together and doing all that? And that was always the thing that fascinated me from a young age. So it's like, I used to study that. I used to listen to a lot of DJs' mixtapes that were like not just one track blended into another, but they're really intensely mixed, when there was, little elements of everything, and then study how have they done that, how can I replicate that, how can I put my own take on it. And then from there, it's like, kind of, I got, a very good, like, technical understanding of, how it all comes together.
That's really cool.
Yes, I mean, it's good, and it's like, it's a nice little thing. I mean, as well, because because I listen to and play so many different styles of hard music, I do think that I'm quite well suited for doing the reviews on DJ Mag. So it's not such a producer's perspective of how technically good a track is within their field, and if it's not their field, I mean, it's like I love everything music wise, so I feel that I can review a hard trance track the same as I can a gabba track, the same as I can a happy hardcore track, and quite a neutral perspective. So it's like I think it's good for somebody that's got that non-bias to
you have the knowledge, but you also have the widest in your theory, like okay, that one, I like that music, but you also like that music. What kind of music do you listen to at home?
I listen to everything, like everything from kind of like crazy like British power metal bands like Dragon Force, like right through to like ambient abstract hip hop like DJ Shadow and stuff. I literally just try and be a student of music, and that's I tend to find it's like if it's hard and aggressive music in any genre, it appeals to me. So it's obviously it's like people know me for like hardstyle, hardcore and that sort of stuff. So if there's any like elements of that in metal music or something, then that's going to be for me. It's like with hip hop, drum and bass. If it's got that aggressive, screw your face up vibe to it, it seems to appeal to me. So. But
you don't like I mean, very old, long time ago, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra.
It's not really screw your face up music, so that one kind of passes me by.
Exactly my point. So you really don't listen to it.
To be honest, I mean, it's like I like I said, it's like I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop, and then through hip hop I understood a lot about how that music came from sampling. So I do actually know a lot about 60s and 70s soul and funk, like the Rare 45s and stuff like that. It's like I've been gone quite deep down that rabbit hole of record collecting. But then it's like when it comes to things like like Elvis Presley, country and western and stuff like that, it's like that one maybe later in life.
Maybe when you're old. And what about when you're eating dinner and you're eating in a restaurant? You want hard style music as well?
It's getting really sad because I do a lot of, when I play in the UK, I do a lot of driving to gigs, and it's like the UK obviously it's not big, but it's it's bigger than Holland. So if I'm playing on the south coast, it might be a 6-hour drive there, 6-hour drive back. And I've started listening to a lot of audiobooks. And it's like everyone kind of makes fun because it's like the least rock and roll thing a DJ can do. But it's like, all you got to do is find any subject or topic that you're kind of interested in life. That's 6 hours. Fly by there. And it's like, come back and it's like, guess what? Now I know a little bit about quantum physics.
That's also nice.
So I'm slowly educating myself on all these long drives. So.
That's cool because when you're, you were in Amsterdam 2 weeks ago, I think.
I was,
Yeah, I know everything. No. But you went to McDonald's or something.
McCroquette all the way.
Yes, that was the only thing you did.
Yeah, it was. I was only passing through, so it's kind of like it's an ongoing ritual. It's like I was saying. It's like I don't smoke, so kind of I can't go to the.
It's my only guilty pleasure was this.
Yeah. So I did okay with the McCroquette. I think there's worse things I could be doing in Amsterdam. So.
Yeah, exactly. But you're not like okay, I want to do sightseeing in Amsterdam because it's a nice place.
I've been here many times over the years.
So next time you're in Holland, you call us and we take you somewhere.
Well, there we go. That's the plan. Yeah.
Further than the McDonald's.
Yeah, you can take me for the best McCroquette Holland has to offer.
Okay, I'll do my research then. Thank you so much for this interview.
Awesome. Thanks for the interview and thanks for the lift back to the airport.
Yeah, you're welcome. And this was Toasted. Thank you.